Carley McCord with 104.5, 104.9 ESPN Baton Rouge, joined by Matt Moscona from After Further Review, here to give you your pregame report for LSU versus Auburn. Matt, Jeremy Johnson, super overhyped this past summer coming into the SEC pregames. And what do you think about him? What is your assessment from the first two games this season?
He's been brutal. I mean, there's no two ways about it. It's been a rough watch if you're an Auburn fan, watching your quarterback look pretty indecisive throwing the football. And not only indecisive, but inaccurate. I mean, 5 interceptions through the first 2 games is the most interceptions by an SEC quarterback through 2 games since Jonathan Crompton from Tennessee in 2009. It's been a brutal start for Jeremy Johnson, which is one of the reasons they found themselves in dogfights with 2 really undermatched teams the past 2 weeks.
The running back, Peyton Barber, been having a good year so far. Do you think that they're going to utilize him as their best weapon today?
I think they have to, Carly. I mean, Gus Malzahn built this offense at Auburn, the whole boom philosophy off of big plays centered around the running game. If it wasn't Trey Mason, then it was Cameron Artis-Payne. And most people felt like it would be a plug-and-play type scenario this year with just the next running back. Maybe that is Peyton Barber, but they haven't established him yet. They've still been a throw to set up the run offense. That's not what Gus Malzahn does. I think one of the big keys today is maybe to see if Gus Malzahn does what he did in this building in 2013, which was establish Trey Mason in that second half, which paced Auburn the remainder of the season. I'll be very interested to see if this isn't the day Peyton Barber breaks out.
LSU's kind of first home game this year due to the McNeese State game being canceled. Do you think that's one of LSU's biggest advantages today?
Well, Auburn hasn't won in this building since 1999. A lot's been made of that. That was the Tommy Tuberville cigar game. For whatever reason, if it's been talent or just, in some instances, weird circumstances and blind luck. I mean, John Vaughn in this building in 2005, a really good kicker from Auburn, missed 5 field goals. Wacky things happen in this series. Maybe there is some gree and voodoo. I'm not a believer in that, but if you ever were to be, this series might provide it.
It's really hot out here today. They're expecting 95 and even hotter in the stadium with all the fans once they're piled in. How much of a negative factor do you think that's going to be for both teams?
No, I think it's going to be worse for the fans than the players. I mean, let's not forget, these teams in two-a-days were in this every day, twice a day. They're accustomed to it. It's like if you work construction, if you're a roofer or you work outside, you become accustomed to this. If we sit at desks like we do or in comfortable studios, like meat lockers in our studio's case all day, of course it's going to be uncomfortable. But for the players, I don't worry about it. They're conditioned to it.
What's your total game prediction?
I got LSU 34-20. I think it's one of those games where they establish themselves offensively and probably take advantage of a couple of Auburn turnovers. That's been a trend through 2 games. And if Auburn gives LSU an extra 2 or 3 possessions, it's going to be really hard for Auburn to keep this game close.
Predicting a W here in Death Valley this afternoon for a hot one. Once again, I'm Carley McCord. He's Matt Moscona for 104.5, 104.9 ESPN Baton Rouge.